Do you want to know a way that you can hold yourself absolutely accountable to delivering a result in your business? Now, this is a kind of an extreme tactic, but it works really, really well. And if you would all ever find yourself drifting off the path of goals and missing targets that you set in your business, this will be really, really helpful for you. It's kind of counterintuitive. I've never seen it taught before, but I'm going to teach it to you in this video, and it really, really works. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So this is a big issue, right, as a business owner. Like, how do we have great ideas as entrepreneurs, right? I'm sure you've got plenty of ideas, how to grow and build and targets. How do we actually follow through and get from where we are to get to those results? So let me tell you a quick story about how I stumbled upon this tactic, and I've used it ever since to set now 8 record years in my business, and a bit of a bonus kind of bit that spruces it up even more. I'll give you that as well at the end. So I was outside washing my car, and one of this, how many years ago was this? Like 6, 7 years ago? And one of my neighbors was washing his car as well. Now, we all know people that are going to love it if you fail in your business, right? They eat it up, nom, 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 right? When they see someone fail, they're happy. You're like, wow, that is some issue. But it's still, they can get us annoyed, right? They can get us annoyed when they're asking us sarcastic, snippy comments, underhand meanings to terms. You know they're talking rubbish about you behind your back. Oh, that business, yeah, watch what happens there, right? So this kind of person is very annoying to you, but typically we kind of just save face with them. So this was what my neighbor was like. Couldn't wait for me to fail. So I'm cleaning my car, he's cleaning his car. He's like, hey, how's that business going? I think he said, how's that little business going? So I sensed the undertone straight away. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's still little. Getting the sarcasm back, right? I'm like, you know, I'm working hard. I'm trying to do it. I want to build a better life for wife and daughter, so I'm not going to quit. I'm keeping going at it. He's like, you know, you should probably just quit. You know, 9 out of 10 businesses fail in the first year. You know, you've shown so many people it's not working. I'm just trying to be a friend here, you know. And I thought, no, you're not. You're just trying to dissuade me, distract me, because you don't have the bottle to start your own business. But I didn't really have any results to give to show him. So I kind of got emotional. I got dragged in. I was like, well, you know what? I kind of left it, and I was like, no, I'm going to say something. So I was like, you know what? In 6 months, this is going to be a totally different animal. I was like, what do you mean? I said, I've got a strategy, and I'm working with some smart people, and I got the tactics. In 6 months, I'm going to be able to leave my job and work full-time in my business. My business is going to replace my job income. You'll see. And he's like, how are you going to do that? You've not even made any sales yet. Like, you're presenting to these people, you're trying to network. It ain't working for you, Richard. Like, don't you think you should be realistic? I'm like, I am being realistic. I guess we'll see. And then I kind of like scrubbed the paint off the roof of my car. I'm like, I'll show you. But that's what it did. I didn't realize at the time that was the ultimate accountability. Like, what did I just do with that discussion / argument, right? I put myself under pressure because I'll be damned if I'm going to go back to that guy in 6 months and he's going to be like polishing his car going, how's the business? Still at work? It shouldn't matter. But it does, because I'm an emotional person, and back then I was way more defensive than I am right now. And really, if we're honest, and if I'm honest, I was angry at myself. Yeah, he was being an idiot. He didn't need to say these things to me. He knew I was doing it to build a better life for my family. So I'm just cleaning my car. I'm not looking for that kind of discussion. He just wanted to take a kick at me while I was down. So he didn't need to do that. But there was some truth in what he was saying. Like, a lot of time had passed, and I wasn't delivering on the results that I'd hoped for. So really, I was angry at myself. What he was saying was picking at a raw nerve. He didn't need to do it. It was a nasty thing to do, right? To get personal like that, knowing it was a sore point, knowing the answer to the question before he asked. But still, it was the truth. So that's what I was really cross at. But this allowed me to now get some kind of external accountability. So you think about when you actually set a goal and you don't achieve it. What is a real loss to that? You know you didn't get it, but does anybody else? Not really. There's no real loss. There's no real pain. It's just, never mind. I'll change my approach. So you don't really stand to lose that much. There's no real pull that's going to bring you through the difficulties and the natural ups and downs of being an entrepreneur. There's no real pull there, is there? The first sight of pain, discomfort, something awkward, you're probably going to try and sway around that as opposed to go through it. But if you've got, you know, pillicky car polisher next door, 6 months is up, You know, you can feel that breathing down your neck, or at least I could. And I was going to be damned if I was going to let him win. So I went to work like an animal in my business. And it was a cool conversation 6 months later, because I did it in 5. In 5 months, I replaced my job with my business income. And that was a real funny car washing conversation. 5 months, 1 month to spare. How's the business going, Richard? I'm like, funny you should mention it. I left my job. You can see him like go, like the cartoon, they go, and their eyes go ding, 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 ding. And he was like trying to hold it together. I could see this sponge like, stop. And I was like, yeah, I did it in 5. I said, we'll see. And I guess we did. I just want to thank you. You know, those little discussions that we had really lit a fire underneath me to sort of ask myself, what do I need to do to get success? I want to achieve this goal. So I couldn't have done it without you. What are you doing today? I knew what he was doing today. Shoes on the other foot. He's like, I'm just, cleaning the car. Oh, and what after that? I'm going to work. Oh, I'm not. Carry on cleaning the car. It was silly. It was immature. But I'd worked 6 months for that, 5 months for that moment. So just give me that one, right? It really, truly works. What person do you know is like that to you? You know who they are. They can't wait for you to fail. They never did anything substantial in their life, and they don't want you to either. So who is that person you can involve? Just dangle a carrot. If they don't initiate, dangle the carrot. Hey, I'm building this business. I'm going to do it really well. They'll not be able to help themselves, right? Not be able to help themselves. And then I said I'd give you a bit of a bonus extra piece of information. Second way you can kind of get even more accountability is involve the people who your goal is going to affect. So for example, I watched a video with my little girl on YouTube, oh goodness knows how many years ago now, and it was the Marina Bay Sands. You know the infinity swimming pool. There's a swimming pool where it looks like it just drops into the skyline of Singapore. It looks phenomenal. And I was like, wow. My daughter was like, wow. And she loves to swim. It's like, will you take me to swim in that pool, Daddy? And I wanted to catch myself and say, oh, it's Singapore. It's that hotel is like $500 a night. Singapore is a long way away from the UK. Like, maybe we could go local swim baths instead. But for some reason, I caught myself and I was like, no, I want to be a better person. It's time for me to play big. If I can't win big if I'm not going to play big. I'm going to have to put this pressure on myself. So I caught myself and I said, you know what? I got a goal in my business, love, that in 6 months' time, if I can achieve this, I always set like 6 months goals at the time. I said, if I can achieve it, we can go there. Like, Daddy will take you swimming in that pool. We'll go swim in that pool. And I remember the feeling after that conversation. She was like, wow, yeah. She went and told her mum, my wife, right? She's like, wow, yeah, we're going to go to Singapore, swim in this special pool. And I remember thinking, whew, that's a lot of weight. But I also remember feeling a sense of empowerment. Because I remember thinking, I can be in control of this goal. I can work hard enough to make this happen. And if I find that something isn't working, I'm going to find a way to figure this out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be the kind of guy that is worth achieving this success. And we did it. We did it. And I can't communicate in words the feeling that I felt. It still makes me feel emotional now. Of the pride of being able to kind of to show her that pool. If I don't know if you've ever been, you get there. It's an amazing structure to start off with. So hot when you get there too. And then you take the elevator. You need 2 elevators to get to the top. And then you open it up. You swipe your private card. You've got your private, your little robes that they give you. You swipe your card, and it's just this. You're right on top of this amazing building, the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. And we went to the pool and we swam. And I remember thinking, I shot a little video actually. I remember thinking, dreams can come true if you have the right approach, the right attitude, and the right accountability. If you stick to what you set out. So if you do those 2 things, if you set this goal that you can achieve, set the time period, set the goal, you can do that, and then involve the person who you really don't want them to get one up on you because they really are annoying, and then the people who emotionally that's really going to affect you because you want to give something to them. It could be your friends, could be your family, could be a charity, you could, whatever, could be rescuing animals. I don't know. If you can involve somehow that in it too, man, you will gain the ultimate accountability and you will work like you've never worked before. This tactic works really, really well. I mean, how can it not when you've got that kind of good pressure? And you may say, Richard, man, this is a lot to digest. This is a lot for me to do. How bad do you want it? Like, I wish I could give you an easy way of doing it. In fact, no, I don't, because the person that you'll become by putting yourself under this level of accountability and the growth that you will force yourself to have will be as big a payoff as the result itself. See, when you learn how to become stronger and more confident and more concise in your actions, and you're just like a person possessed. I was like a man possessed. I didn't have time for nothing else other than my family and this goal. Hey, Richard, you want... No. Got to go to Singapore. Hey, Richard, you want... No. I'm not letting that idiot get one up me in the car. You know, I'll take a day off. I'm like, no. My goal isn't taking a day off. I'm not taking a day off unless it's for my family. That's it. That's all I did. Work and family, work and family. And it worked. And I gained a process I've replicated ever since and achieved many, many more fantastic things, all stemming from that accountability. So you don't need to hire a coach if you don't want to, although that could help because their knowledge and tactical knowledge will speed things up. You don't need to go and do anything other than have these couple of conversations after setting that goal. And I hope this tactic serves you well. Excuse me. So I don't think what else I was going to mention. If you want more advice, like if you're like, okay, I got this, I need something to okay, do I want to... Maybe you're on the line, right? Maybe you're on the line, like, am I going to do this or am I going to put it off? You're in that sense. Just maybe go over to my website, www.richardmatharoo.com. Just watch a few more videos, maybe. Look at a couple more resources. Take some of my energy, right, that I put out there. You'll see right on the front page there, I talk about numbers. Look at the bottom number. There's a section that says documentation beats conversation. And then I run through some of my numbers, but the bottom number is to do with you, and it's the most important one. I think that would be an applicable sentence for you to read. You want to go opt into something, buy something, whatever, if you feel it will help you, that's great. That's not what this video is about. I want you to go and you want to read that bottom number on my website and know that that's true. Okay, know that that's true. Go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. I hope this video has helped you. I hope you gain benefit. I hope you please go do this. Please put yourself under this accountability. If you feel at all like you want to get a goal, this is the way I know best how to achieve it. I hope you take my advice. I'll catch up with you soon. Have a fantastic day, and bye for now.